everybody, I'm here with a walkthrough of the Magic of I 2023 Astrological Planner. So I got this planner because I'd heard about it through a podcast and thought I would go check it out. I was wanting a planner that had the astrology in it, but still had enough room to write. So I've been working with two planners this year. One is the Honeycomb Personalized Astrology Planner, which is great and excellent. I would highly recommend it, but I haven't been writing in it. I've just been using it as a reference book for the astrology. And then I have Benebell Wen's Metaphysical Planner, where I've been writing in. And so I was kind of looking for something that was a combination in one. There's nothing wrong with these two planners. They're really great. I recommend them both. But I thought I would check this out for kind of like a two-in-one thing. And I'd heard about it and I thought, I'm going to check it out. So when this came, and I have to say the shipping was very fast. I'm in Canada and this came from the States, and usually that takes a little while. And it was really fast with this, less than a week, so I was impressed with that. The one thing I wasn't impressed with, and this has nothing to do with Magic of I as a company, was FedEx charged me extra custom fees, which I thought was kind of BS. And it's just getting more expensive to have things shipped from outside the country. Now, that's not Magic of I's fault, but it's just something to be aware of, that you might get these extra fees if you are ordering it from outside of the United States. So they came with, I have to show you first, this lovely bag. It says Magic of I, so you can keep your planner in a protected bag. I probably won't, but I might use this bag for storing an oracle deck or for something else, but it's really nice. And inside the bag we had a sticker, very cool sticker, and a card with the moons for the year and some information on the back. So that was like a nice little addition. We've got the cardboard here telling you a little bit more about the planner, and on the back, so we'll take that off. And you can see that this has a beautiful gold foil. There's gold on the back. You've got your strap here, your elastic band for keeping things together. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Really love this, the gold and the black. You can also get it in white as well. And we've got a gold and silver bookmark each for keeping your place. It's very shiny. I love it. The texture is really nice. It's kind of that rose petally type feel, which I love. And then you've got, again, the beautiful gold leaf on the side. So very, very pretty aesthetically. I'm like, okay, this is my aesthetics. Really like this. So you open it up. That is the first page. I'm probably going to use this. I often like to use the inside of my planner as a vision board. I'll probably cut some stuff out and cover this up, but it's really nice. Next, we have how to use this planner. My one complaint about this planner, and this is because of my age, I am finding the writing to be really small. And because there isn't a lot of high contrast on the page, this is kind of an off-white, like slightly towards warm. And then the print is in brown, or you've got kind of this blue. It's kind of hard for a middle-aged person like me to read. I have to go and get some reading glasses to read it. So if you are young and you can read easily these kind of things, that's great. But just keep in mind, if you're an older person like me, might be a little harder to read. But anyway, they tell you how to use the planner and the calendar features. They also have room for you to fill in your own birth chart. Then they have the how to use the moon signs and elements. So there's some information of how to work with the moon. There's more info here. How to use the calendar aspectarian, so talking about the different aspects. Optimum times and the life guide. So lots of information. So if you are wanting to dive deeper into astrology, this is a really great resource. They've got the general dates for US and Canada, like the holidays, a note on time zones. And then you've got your traditional like 2023, 2024 calendar of the dates, where you can look at them all by the year. They have an astrological reference guide with the signs and the houses and the planets. So that's really great information you can have there, especially if you are learning all of this. Great reference sheet. They have aspects as well, the qualities and the modes, other symbols. So you can really, this is quite in depth with the information about astrology. So that it gives you some good information for working with this book. They have a moon planting guide, moon phases, the signs and the elements if you're working with that for your gardening. They have astrological correspondences with the tarot. they have planetary days because each day is associated with a planet, and you can even break it down into hours if you want to make it more complicated. Astrological bodies. So this is signs associated with different parts of the body. And we also have planetary correspondences with health as well. So this is kind of like astrology and health. Then we have retrograde. So it talks about the different retrograde periods during the year. The moon and its phases, the different phases of the moon, what they're associated with, how you can work with them. So menstrual cycles in the moon. So if you're a woman that wants to work with your menstrual cycle and compare it with the moon, there's some information there. The 4 phases of the menstrual cycle. This is really, I think, interesting because a lot of people, I think, don't really think about the association between the moon and women's cycles, because a woman's cycle is roughly 28 days, and we're all a little bit different, but, you know, roughly speaking, and the moon's a 28-day cycle. So it's really interesting that, you know, there is this association from ancient times with the moon and with women, and this is really talking about that. So very interesting there. Some more information about the 4 phases of the menstrual cycle. And then we have all of the moon phases for the year, all laid out. So very interesting if you are following the moon cycles. Then what I found is each month, they have a piece of artwork, which I'll show you at the beginning of each month, that features a plant. And this year they're focusing on fungi. And so they're talking about the 12 different fungi that they have this for as themes for the months for the book. So that's really interesting if you're into plant medicine or just learning about, you know, the different plants and their associations. So very informative there. Now we've got a calendar of all the exact aspects for the year of the planets. And then we get into the calendar, or into some goal making for the year. And then we've got the new and full moon phases and the retrograde and direct dates. So you can see there is a lot of information at the beginning of this book that can really help you to understand and work with the astrology and some of the other magical associations in this book. So next we're going into our planning for 2023. We have this lovely piece of artwork here. So we talk about intentions, setting intentions, the different areas of life, the 5 most important intentions for you this year. And then it breaks it down. So you can write out your spiritual intentions and then your action steps of what you're going to take. Then we have mental, so mind, learning, and wisdom, what you would like, and action steps. We have work, love, so friendship, relationships, connection. We have wealth, social, physical, and inspiration. So a good amount of pages to set goals for the year. And then we got into the actual year itself. So each month has a piece of artwork here featuring a fungi. I like saying fungi. And then we have our month at a glance. So we have the sun, what sign the sun is in. We have the new moon, full moon, and then there's new moon again at the end of the month. So what degrees they're in, what signs they're in. We have reflections. We have the theme, and then we have all the transits for the month. Then we get into the monthly calendar, and as you can see, the monthly calendar has all the aspects, all the astrology for each day. So you can look at that at a glance, but there's still space to like, you know, write in and do what you need to do. Then we get into our monthly goals, our intentions, and then you can break it down by week. The only observation I had about this is that not every month has 4 weeks in it. Some of them have like 4.5, you know, almost 5 weeks. So I might have to break stuff week 4 down into like 2 for some of the weeks, but this is the layout that they have. And then you get into the weekly layout. So we have each day, we have the aspects, the astrology aspects down the side. We have the sign that the moon is in. And we have like smaller for Saturday and Sunday. So we have our 5 days of the week and then the weekend here. And that's how it also tells you too if there's like a quarter moon, if there's like a full moon or a new moon. There's also the times if you're following the moon voids as well. So a lot of astrological information that's in here. And so that's for each week. And then at the end of each month, we have here our full moon illuminations. So what it is that you're working with is a page for maybe like what you're looking to let go of or what you're looking to work on for the full moon. And then one for the new moon as well for setting intentions, what you're looking to manifest. So you've got some pages here for working with the cycles of the moon. And then you're into February. And that's how it goes for each of the months. So you got that through all December. So you got to December. And then we have a page for the end of year review. Revisit your 5 important intentions this year and reflect on all that unfolded. What are some of the things you're most proud of? So you can use this here to write about those goals and how they played out and kind of your thoughts about the year. I kind of wish there were more pages for that rather than one, but... And then we have an ephemeris, and an ephemeris tells you day by day where each of the planets are if you're looking at getting into astrology. So we've got an ephemeris here. And then we've got some pages just for blank notes at the back. There's 2, 3, 4. There's 4 pages here, so you could use that for whatever you want. I kind of wish there was more notes pages and more pages for kind of the yearly wrap-up. They have some information about the illustrations here. And then we have a pocket at the back, which, again, we have another nice little sticker. I love that there is a pocket here for putting things. I might do another sort of collage here. But overall, I think it is, it's a nice little planner. I think that if you're looking at getting into astrology and working with it, this can be a really great guide for you. It's got a lot of information in it. If I was designing this personally, I would make this just a little bit bigger so I could have a little more writing space, and I would make a little bit more wrap-up room in the back, and a little more notes. But, you know, I didn't make this book. But I do think it'll work for me. I'm going to be working with it, see how it goes. I'm interested in seeing, like, is there enough room for me, like the practicalities of this. I do like having the astrology here because I'm not having to go back and forth between 2 planners, but I'm going to see how it actually practically works for me. I like that it has the band here because I will be putting things in the pocket and I will probably need this. So let me know what your thoughts are. What planners are you going to be working with this year? And have you got this planner before? What are your thoughts about it? Let me know. I would love to hear it. And I'll be back again with another video.